क्लास सबको ज्वाइन होने दीजिएगा. गौतम, स्टार्ट द रिकॉर्डिंग.
माता जी, तब तक दामोदर अष्टकम कंप्लीट कर लूं, सब लोग ज्वाइन हो तब तक.
हाँ, कर लीजिए.
हाँ माता जी.
नहीं, चालू हो गई. 1 मिनट, डोंट मेक इट हाफ.
ओके.
So till what pastime we were doing? Till the pastime of the stone being laid on milk and curd. Vasudeva Tirtha is also formed. Brahma Upadesh is given to Madhvacharya. And then in the 7th year, he declares that he is going to establish true religion. So his father says, if the stick, what you're holding, dry stick, if it sprouts, then I can have the firm faith, yes, you are going to establish the true religion. So that sprouted also. And there was a demon who came in the form of a python, that is Maniman. Maniman tried to bite the plant, but he could not. He could not buy. Nothing happened to that plant. Now Maniman is slain. So once Vasudeva went to Vimanagiri to see Mother Durga, Manimanta, a demon, deformed as a serpent, was waiting on the way with his uplifted hood to bite and kill him. He was a chief among the innumerable demons who were slain by Bhima when he went to fetch the 5 colored flowers desired by Draupadi Devi. He was waiting for an opportunity to take revenge for that and stayed hidden in the rocks in the form of a fearful python. He bit the foot of Vasudeva, but for him the feet of Vasudeva became the beak of Garuda. He went straight to Yamapuri. The rock broke into pieces by the stroke of the feet of Vasudeva. At the same time, the imprint of his foot appeared there. The imprint of the foot can be seen even today on the rock that lies next to the east of Vimanagiri. Lies to the east of Vimanagiri in Pajaka Kshetra. Even today, the village nearby the rock bearing the footprint is named Kurukala. Kurukala. Kurukalu. Kurukalu. Kalu means feet. So in this way, in Pajaka Kshetra, even today we can find the lotus feet of Madhvacharya. Now we can see that how this demon wanted to kill Madhvacharya, but he got killed just because he bit Madhvacharya. Nothing happened to Madhvacharya. In fact, what happened? Madhvacharya's feet became like a beak of Garuda. Imprint of the foot, imprint of the foot on the rock. One day, lunch was ready. One day, lunch was ready in the home. Bhatt had completed Naivedya and Vaiswadeva. Leaf was spread and lunch too was served on it. As Vasudeva was not seen nearby, his mother shouted, "Oh child Vasudeva, where are you? Hurry up for your lunch." Then Vasudeva was not nearby. Where he was? He was afar on Vimanagiri. Where are you? Hurry up for your lunch. Vasudeva, where he was? He was far on Vimanagiri, near Mother Durga. Distance was not an hindrance for the audibility of Vasudeva. A mother is calling from her house. And distance is not a problem. That is what is mentioned. And where is Vasudeva? In the Vimanagiri. It's very far. He was indeed Vayudeva who had accomplishments like hearing from far. Mother should not be kept waiting. Vasudeva had the ability to hear from afar and had the uncommon ability to fly also. Indeed, he is Hanuman, who flew over the ocean. He did jump. He jumped and flew to the courtyard of his house. Due to the speed of his flight, the imprint of his 2 small feet appeared on that spot. So a note has been given But even today, the imprint is clearly visible, and adjoining it, Sri Vadiraj Swami has installed a beautiful idol. If you see Pajaka Kshetra, near to Pajaka Kshetra, the feet of Lord is there, of Madhvacharya is there. So Vadiraj Tirtha has made a small temple there, just near to his house. It is said in the work Sampradaya Paddhati of Rishikesha Tirtha that the life of those who bathe in the five Tirthams of Pajaka Kshetra have a darshan of Himalagiri, Durga, and a darshan of imprint of the feet of Madhva is an accomplished one. So when we go to Udupi Yatra, these five things should be done. First is take darshan of the five Tirthams. The five Tirthams, that is four Tirtha, Gada, Bana. If you are not able to do that, at least take darshan of Vasudeva Tirtha. Because Madhacharya says, if you take darshan of my Tirtha, it is as good as taking darshan of Gada, Bana, Parashu. And in this way, uh, Gada, Bana, Parashu, then what do you call? Dhanu.
Dhanu, Dhanu.
In this way, four Tirthas darshan. Fifth one is the four Tirthas together is fifth Tirtha. And take darshan of Durgaji, take darshan of the lotus feet of Madhva, then the whole yatra is complete. Tirthanam panchaka snatva kritva durgavalokanam upascharanam vayuho kritakrityo bhave narah. So then the whole yatra is complete. Now, Gurukul Vas of the Jagat Guru. When Jagat Guru went for Gurukul Vas, Gurukul studies are very important studies. Gurukul Vas of the Jagat Guru. Gurukul Vas is the next important practice after Upanayana. So after Upanayana, the boys are sent to the Gurukul. Upanayana is proper only after Gurukul Vas. Again, when is the Upanayana complete? When a person goes for Gurukul Vas. Upanayanam devoid of Gurukul Vas is useless, like studies limited to getting admissions only without attending school. Studies limited to getting admission only without attending the school. So without Upanayanam devoid of Gurukul Vas is like that. Admission he has got, but there is no school. Bhagavad has reported that Krishna repaired to Ujjain and did Gurukul Vas after Upanayanam. Krishna is Sarvagya. He is Bhagavan himself. Even so, he did it to set an example to the world and to delude the demons. This Vasudev fell into the line of that Vasudev. The Gurukul of Totantilaya was the most famous one in that area. It was a beautiful abode adorned with hundreds of students. Totantilaya. He was the Gurukul teacher. Totantilaya. The Gurukul Vasa Vasudev took place with him only. He spent more time in playing with his classmates than sitting for the studies. Generally, we think our children are not studying, they're playing. But here, Madhvacharya is to play whole day. But we cannot compare our children with Madhvacharya. Even though he played, what happened? Just see. He spent more time in playing. Even in playing, there was variety. As usual, Vasudev stood first in all the sports, beginning with running, jumping, reaching a target, weightlifting, wrestling. It is no wonder that he, the foremost among the souls, stood first in the Gurukul. The record that he, as Hanuman, defeated playfully Angada and others belongs to the age of Ramayana. His classmates were simply amazed. Not in one or two, but in all the games he stood first. To win effortlessly was his specialty. For playing, he did not use small stones, but only large, round stones. You go to Hampi, you can see how Hanuman used to have big, big stones, round stones he used to play. It seems that his classmates used to call him Oh, Bhima, it was exclamation on their part, but for the gods, it is a truth established by scriptures. The classmates too learnt it later. Now let us see the next. There is a note given for this also. According to the local residents, the heaps of stones that Vasudev used for his sport in his young days were seen till recently, and all of them disappeared when visiting devotees carried them away as mementos. So suddenly these stones disappeared. It is said we should not bring stones from the Tirthyatras like Govardhan. Govardhan Shila should not be brought from Tirthyatras. Only what is allowed is Shaligram. But Shaligram is not just a stone. Only Shaligram is allowed to keep. And that too, Shaligram should not be purchased. That is also an offense. You get it, you should take it. Game of ball leads to ball eulogy. His playing too was thinking about God. It came to the notice of his classmates along with that of his own. Once Vasudev was singing, even as he was playing the ball, wholly across. The song is put, it's a big song. The meaning of the song is he is the one whose feet are gracefully touched by the heavenly river Ganga. Ambara Ganga Chumbita Pada Padatalavaita Palata Padatalabida Padatalabidalita Gurutara Shaktaha. His foot has broken the massive cart and has dispelled the fear of serpent Kalia. Kaliya Naga Shavelani Hanta Sarasi Jana Vadala Vikasita Nayanaha. His fully blown eyes resemble fresh lotus petals. Kalaganadi Karapura Kaya Sharashata Shakalira Sharashata Shakali Ushatani Vaham. The variegated complexion of his body resembles that of a big black bee. Hundreds of his arrows have shattered to pieces multitudes of enemies. Santatas Santatamasman Patu Murari Satata Gasamaja Vakhagapa Tinirataha. The foe of Mura may ever protect us. He is mounted on Garuda, who moves with the speed of mind. The words that issued forth, the words that issued forth from his mouth in tune with the rhythm of the ball proclaimed the truth that controlling the universe is like the game of ball for Bhagavan. So he's playing ball at the time he's singing about Vasudeva. And he says, like controlling the universe as Brahmanda, everything is like anda, ball. So for Lord, it is a game. It is full of reminiscence of the sport of Krishna. This conduct of Vasudeva unveiled the purpose of sports. Even innocent children should be enabled to know the greatness of Bhagavan. So in the childhood itself, he used to speak about the greatness of Bhagavan. For Lord, these universes are like ball. He's just playing with these universes. But even children should know about the greatness of Bhagavan. That is why Vasudeva used to sing. The elders should be enabled to become happy by holding those truths in the sports of children. Thereby, the body and the mind of all should jump with joy. And this is the fundamental objective of sports. Thus, by his conduct, Vasudeva proclaimed its inner truth. By this, he had indicated that for him all branches of knowledge are like a ball in the palm. For his classmates, such matters that they had learned in the company of Vasudeva happened to be more valuable than the lessons instructed by the teacher. So teacher was teaching, but for the children, what Vasudeva taught was more important because Vasudeva is to teach with practical example. When he is playing with the ball, he is teaching the greatness of Krishna. There are some quotes which has been given from Mahabharata, Pariya Nirnaya, from Tattva Pradiya, from Sumata Vichaya. Let us see these quotes also. Aprameyo Nijo Niyojyascha Swayam Kama Gamovasi Modayesha Sada Bhutairbalah Kridana Kairibah Gandharva Vidyani Punyasya Nityam Gandharva Varyair Varyair Gita Krite Kirtah कालश्च शेषा हृदये गुरोर्णः करोलसत् कन्दुकवत् विभान्ति करताले खलु कन्दुकवत् सदा सकलया कलया सह विद्यया हरिधरेण समं स्फुरितं गुरोर्मनसि तस्य विदम्ब यजोजनान्. So due to this reason, his eulogy in Kandukastuti, its another name is Shri Krishna Padya. Kanduka means ball. So Kanduka means ball. About the ball has been written. And again, the explanation has been given. In his commentary on Vayustuti, Hari Vayustuti, Shri Vishwapati Tirtha has quoted a Purana Vakya to support that Shri Madhyacharya, after completion of his 7th year, went to Badri, learned all the scriptures direct from God, Shri Vedavyasa there, and returned Sapta Samvatsara Gatva Badrikashramam Prapede Sarvashastrani Vedamश्चैवाव्य Yanapi Ittam Hi Sarva Vidyascha Vyasadevan Mahatmanah Avapta Sarvasastro Vatushta Didamma Brahmit. The word in the Madhvanama. See, Madhvanama is very important shlokas. The word Madhvanama, the names of Madhvacharya. 23rd shloka of Sripada Raja is a commentary on the above authority. Arbhakatana, Arbhakatana, Dolaidi, Badari, Yadi, Madhvamuni, Nirbhayadi, Sakala, Shastrava, Pathi, Siddha. So again, the explanation has been given that in the Madhvanam also it has been given that Madhvacharya at the age of 7 went to Badrika ashram. Madhvacharya can go anywhere. He went to Madhvacharya. He went to Badrika ashram. Let us see. That is how the whole Leela in this now what we are going to read is there. Payback for the counsel of the teacher. Like you study from a teacher, then when the studies are over, then when the child comes out of the Gurukul, what is given? Guru Dakshina is given. So what is the Guru Dakshina which Madhvacharya gave to his teacher? Let us see. By this, the teacher was displeased with Vasudev because the students were liking to study from Vasudev more than from the teacher. He came to know that Vasudev was not at all interested in the lessons as in the games. Added to it was his habit of going home frequently. So the teacher saw that he's not interested in the studies and also he just runs home. Having left for home, he used to return only after many days. Even when he sat for lessons, his attention was elsewhere. At last, once he could not tolerate. Indeed, he asked, "Oh boy, what is this conduct of yours? Why don't you study like your classmates?" Vasudev replied at once, "Your step by step method of teaching is not for my liking. So I could not study as expected by you." The teacher got terrific anger. His objection was to the method of his teaching. What an impertinence! Immediately asked Vasudev, "Are you such a genius? If so, go to the lesson next to the one I have taught. Let us see." But what followed was an unforgettable, rare experience for the teacher. Vasudev began to recite quickly the Vedic mantras of the next lesson. He recited the Mahanarayana Upanishad in a sweet tone with proper inton- intonations, which was not taught so far by the teacher to anyone in the Gurukul. The pronunciation was so perfect that even the gods would praise it. What does such a pronunciation matter to him? Vayudeva, who himself is propounded by many Vedic hymns and the seer of all the Vedas, the anger of the teacher subdued. He regretted in his mind for having mistaken such a matchless genius. He was amazed. Vasudev, this is the greatest miracle in my life. I have not seen such a scholar, let alone a student. Another incident not known to the teacher had happened. Vasudev, assuming another form by his yogic powers, stayed in the company of Shri Vedavyasa in the upper Badri. With his yogic powers, he went to upper Badri. He studied staying at the feet of the sage. So after Upanayanam, it was only a formal this he went to the Gurukul, but actually he had gone to Badrika ashram. He who sat before Vedavyasa as Bhima was now seated before him as Vasudeva. Truly, he was simply the disciple of the sage. For him, the omniscient one, even the study there were only to learn the special grace of Sri Vyasadeva. So, did he go to study there? He went to get the grace of that's a great sage. Then the last one we'll take for today. Dandatirtha is in the Gurukul. Dandatirtha. There were hundreds of students in the company of the teacher. He was a teacher who taught the commitment of providing food and clothes to all. This was a tradition in those days. So, food and cloth is provided in the Gurukul. Though he had sufficient lands for that, there's no proper provision for water. As such, he could not run the Gurukul for to his satisfaction. One day, Vasudev noticed this and struck the ground at once with his stick he held in his hand. As they were beholding, a crack slowly appeared on the ground. From it, water began to gush out. The water that gushed out began to flow like a flood. It flowed like that in the land of the teacher. All the dry land turned into fertile fields. He had constructed Vasudeva Tirtha for his mother, constructed Dandatirtha for his teacher. There was no limit for the awe of that for the of the teacher when he beheld another aspect of the greatness of his student. So this is popular as Dandatirtha. It is in the place known as Kapu near Udupi. Kapu. It is noteworthy that even today it is sufficiently full with water, useful for agricultural purpose. It's a tradition that the head of the mutt would ascend Paryayati Pitha, proceeds to Udupi only after taking bath in this Tirtha in the dawn of day of Paryaya. Every 2 years, Paryaya happens during the Shankrant time. So it is a custom that a Swami who is going to ascend the Paryaya now, he will go and take bath in Dandatirtha. So for his mother, he established Vasudeva Tirtha, and for his teacher, he gave Dandatirtha. So here we will stop. Any doubts you can ask.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी, दंडवत प्रणाम। माता जी, हनुमान जी जो है वो उनको सब अष्टनीति और नवनीति के वो स्वामी है, वो इसलिए ये सब वो एकदम इजीली कर सकते हैं क्योंकि वो हनुमान जी का अवतार है।
यस यस, अष्टनिधि नवनिधि के राजा बोलते हैं ना, सब
यस,
अष्ट
हनुमान
सिद्धि।
चालीसे में आता है।
अष्ट सिद्धि योगा पावर से आता है, जितना योगा करते हैं ना तो अष्ट सिद्धि आती है। अष्ट सिद्धि वाले जो हैं वो अच्छा प्रचारक भी बन सकते हैं। एक्चुअली जो प्रचारक है श्रील प्रभुपाद कहते हैं उनके अंदर अष्ट सिद्धियों में से कोई ना कोई सिद्धि होती है। तो हाँ, लेकिन किसके पास ज्यादा मात्रा में रहती है, तो ये तो होना ही है। और ये अनुग्रह होता है, एक अनुग्रह भगवान का होता है। अगर वो प्रचार कार्य में चले जाते हैं तो अष्ट सिद्धि कहीं ना कहीं उनके अंदर होती ही है। क्या श्रील प्रभुपाद के अंदर अष्ट सिद्धि नहीं है? एक बार श्रील प्रभुपाद को किसी ने कहा कि प्रभुपाद क्या आप हमें चमत्कार नहीं दिखा सकते हैं? प्रभुपाद ने कहा अगर मैं चमत्कार करने को दिखाऊंगा तो क्या होगा, आप लोग मुझे ही भगवान समझ लेंगे। लेकिन फिर भी उनके शिष्यों ने कहने पे प्रभुपाद ने एक स्टिक खाली रखा था आइस में, वहां से पानी आया जूम कर। तो रहता है, जो बड़े बड़े साधु होते हैं उनके पास अष्ट सिद्धि रहती है, लेकिन वो इसलिए नहीं दिखाते हैं क्योंकि लोग उन्हें फिर भगवान मान लें, इसी कारण वो दिखाते नहीं, बस उतना ही है।
मतलब ये उसका गलत उपयोग नहीं होना चाहिए, है ना? अगर किसी के
तो
पास
गलत
योगा
उपयोग
से
होता
आती
है,
है
तो गलत उपयोग जब होता है तो समझ लीजिए वो अपने आप को भगवान मानना लगता है। तो
तो
वही
फिर
तो टेस्ट
डाउनफॉल
होता है
होना
ना।
शुरू हो जाता है ना माता जी उनका।
हाँ, तो पतंग कार्य चालू हो जाता है ना, वो अपने आप को भगवान मानेंगे, दूसरों को
हाँ।
भी। तो वो वही वही डिफरेंस है। एक भक्त के पास अष्ट सिद्धि, अष्ट सिद्धि जो होता है वो तो आना ही आना है। भक्त के पास अष्ट सिद्धि और एक योगी के पास अष्ट सिद्धि, इन दोनों सिद्धियों में बहुत फर्क है। भक्त क्या करेगा, उसे भगवत कार्य में लगा देता है, हरिनाम में लगा देता है। लेकिन जो भौतिक व्यक्ति है वो अपने लिए लगा लेता है, स्वयं को भगवान मान लेता है या सबसे पूजा करवा लेता है। वो वहां डिफरेंस। एक, हाँ, अष्टांग योगा करके अष्ट सिद्धि प्राप्त करता है। एक भले ही को क्यों ना मूर्ख क्यों ना हो, लेकिन अपने गुरु की अच्छी सेवा करता है, तब वो भी अष्ट सिद्धि प्राप्त करता है। एक है आदि शंकराचार्य के एक शिष्य, बहुत मूर्ख, कुछ नहीं आता था, धोबी का काम ही करते थे खाली। लेकिन वो इतने सिंसियर थे, इतने सिंसियर थे कि सब उनके ऊपर हंसते थे। लेकिन यहाँ आदि शंकराचार्य दिखाना चाहते हैं कि भले ही क्यों ना मूर्ख हो, लेकिन उनके अच्छी सेवा करते थे। एक बार सबके सामने उन्होंने उसको, वो सुखा रहा था, कपड़ा सुखा रहा था, तो कपड़ा सुखा रहा था तो अचानक से ऐसे हुआ कि आदि शंकराचार्य ने उसको बुलाया, और वो दूसरे बैंक में है। उसने एक बार भी नहीं सोचा अरे मुझे तो क्रॉस करना पड़ेगा, मैं कैसे क्रॉस करूं, कुछ कुछ नहीं सोचा, बस बुलाया, चलने लगा पानी में। तो उसमें एक ये आता है कि उनका नाम सुंदर आएगा, उनका
पद्मपादाचार्य माता जी।
पद्मपाद, बराबर, पद्मपाद, पद्मपाद, नीचे पद्म फ्लावर। तो ऐसी सिद्धियां प्राप्त करते हैं गुरु की कृपा से भी, गुरु की कृपा से भी सिद्धि प्राप्त हो सकता है। कभी कभी अपने प्रयास से भी सिद्धि प्राप्त होती है, और सिद्धि को भगवान के कार्य में लगाना चाहिए। ठीक है, यहाँ स्टॉप
थैंक
करते
यू
हैं।
माता जी।
क्लास
यस मैम।
रहेगा परसों से 30, परसों क्या है, 29, कल 29 है, 29, 30, 30, 31। सो आई विल लेट यू नो कल से क्लास होगा कि, क्योंकि कल मुझे गौशाला भी जाना है। सो आई लेट यू नो। हरे कृष्ण।
ओके माता जी। हरे कृष्णा।
तो आज दीपदान है, रोज मॉम कनुलिया प्रभु जी के घर में, रिक्वेस्टिंग एवरीवन टू कम। हरे कृष्ण।